Alrighty guys, welcome back to another one. I want to start off by saying, if you can hear the neighbor's weed eater in the background, please try to ignore it. But anyway, we're doing a breakdown on Remington 3-inch 15 pellet double aught buck, and the box says it's going to be moving 1225 FPS. Now, with Remington's 9 pellet 2 3/4 inch double aught, they were using 33 cal. In the 3.5 inch version, the 18 pellet double aught load, they were using 32 cal. So I am very curious to see if this is 32 or 33 cal. 33 cal is the technical true size of double aught buck, but a lot of manufacturers use 32 cal to lighten the payload just a little bit, which would also help get the velocity up while keeping the pressures at a minimum or at least somewhat lower. Today's snooze and drink combo is Rockstar Original Sugar Free. Might be my favorite energy drink, not sure, but it's definitely up there. And General Brooklyn, which is part of the new Voyage line. This is bourbon, sandalwood, and the can don't say, but it also has vanilla in it. And this is really, really good. And for those of you that care, here is what that looks like. Going over the box, it is Remington's regular green and yellow box, but the newer version of it. The older versions just had a plain green top, nothing yellow or anything like that. Yep, just plain green. I wish that wasn't on there, but it is. This side just has our specs. The other side is, again, just the specs. We have warnings right here. Don't fire these in any chamber shorter than 3 inches. Don't put 12 gauge shells in 8 gauge guns. Don't put 20 gauge shells in 12 gauge guns. But yeah, we all know that basic stuff. This side of it is our buckshot sizing chart. You can see double aught is listed at 33 cal, but we'll see if these are actually 33 cal or 32. If you want to read anything, just pause it. These are buffered. All that good stuff. The back of the box is, once again, just more warnings about like every other Remington box that we've done in this style. Buckshot and slugs. Going over the shell, we have Express Magnum 15 pellet double aught buck, Remington 3-inch 76 millimeter, and Max 1050 bar. 6-point fold crimp, although these are all somewhat ugly. The wind just picked up, sorry if it bothered the mic. Remington 12 gauge, obviously, Remington 209 primer. High brass head, although, as we know, this is brass plated steel. Looks pretty good. The crimp is not the best, but it's also far from the worst. Now I have a bit of history with these right here. When I got my 12 gauge, the NEF Partner that I did a video on, my first 12 gauge shotgun, this was the first Magnum shell I had ever shot in it. I got a 15 round value pack of these from Walmart. And I was at my mom's house one day with my brother, Jaron, and my other brother, Isaac. If you guys don't know, I have 5 brothers and a sister. But anyway, yeah, I fired 9 of these. And at that time, which would have been 2018, 2017, around that era, well, I didn't know how to handle recoil very well, so I was cramming the stock of that 5.5 pound shotgun into my shoulder as absolutely as hard as I possibly could and eating all of the recoil, but not in a good way. Like I was letting my shoulder just take all of the force, and I have pictures of what my arm looked like the next day. It is severely bruised. If you guys want to see that, I'll throw it up here. If you don't want to see really bad bruises that honestly look pretty nasty, well, then just, I guess, skip ahead for 10 seconds. And if you didn't see the picture at all, well, I think it's pretty safe to assume I had to delete it because of the platform we're on. But let's crack this open now. And as you can see, our total payload weight, including the buffer, is only about 1.76 ounces, basically 1 3/4. We are an entire 1/5 or 2/10 of an ounce away from the full payload this should have been with buffer. 1 7/8 ounces is 1.88, and this is not that. They are using 32 cal, not 33, which is what I expected. And there's no wad in here, sadly. we just have fiber wads. I'm sure a plastic gas seal, but we'll see that in just a second. So 1 pellet of double aught is 54 grains. That is for 33 cal. 31 cal is 45 grains. This being 32, we are right in the middle. About 50 grains, 49 to 50. Yep, 32 cal. Focus, there we go. Nice dark shiny pellet, but if you can't tell, it is once again kind of out of round. Remington's buckshot pellets are not the most round out there. You can see a flat spot right there pretty good. In this shot right here, you can really tell that these pellets are not the most round out there. Moving down the line, we have a 3/8 inch waxed hard card. I love these things. They are probably my favorite form of cushion wad, to be honest. Love them. Underneath that, we have a plastic gas seal, and you guys can tell in this video, these things are like neon green. They look awesome. Yeah, there is a tiny hole in it where I pulled it out with a screw, but it's not going to hurt anything. I love these things. They are so cool to me. And for a charge, we have 32. The wind's messing with it now, of course, but 32 of a ball powder that looks just like LS, if you know what I'm talking about, which would be my favorite powder. And as for the haul, a typical Remington Express haul here, but 3-inch this time. Yellow base wad, pretty low. The primer is above it just a little bit. I guess we can call that a medium base wad height technically, but nothing special at all here. And here's what it looks like put back together. If you didn't notice, it is now dark outside. But here, yeah, the crimp looks really good. Still kind of concaved a little bit, but to be honest, these are kind of underfilled. There is a lot of buffer in here, guys. Voice crack, but yeah, I just crimped it on my Lee Loadoll, and it looks pretty good for the most part. But yeah, guys, that's going to end this one here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Oh, by the way, we are doing a full range video on these too.